Hello and welcome to my video, lesson 6.2 on Pythagorean Theorem. So just to start, I'm going to show us this is the basics of Pythagorean Theorem, that c squared equals a squared plus b squared. And it's for a right angle triangle, and that's what this little symbol here shows, that it's a right angle. And the c has to be the hypotenuse. That's the key. A and b can switch with each other, doesn't matter, but c has to be the hypotenuse. And c is opposite of the 90 degrees, or another way to remember it is it's the longest side. All right, so which of, for these two triangles here, which side is c? Sometimes we're shown this triangle so many times that we actually forget that a triangle can come in different orientations. So if you just spin it around, right, then c is, pause it, try it out, then press play. C is this side here and this side here. It's the longest side or the side opposite the right angle. Okay, so that is in a nutshell what we're looking for. Okay, so let's take a look here at an example question where we're solving for x. Solving for x, and in this case it's the longest side, so it's also c. Okay, so we're going to use x in place of c and the numbers 3 and 4 instead of a and b. So x squared equals a, which is 3 squared, plus b, which is 4 squared. So now we have a setup, and now we want to solve for x. We want to get x by itself. So the opposite of squaring something is to square root something. So what we're going to do is square root both sides in order to move forward. So square root, whoops, square root here, square root here. Now a square root and a square cancel out, and we're left with x equals the square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared. All right, so now we have this set up pretty nicely here. All we have to do is either plug it into our calculator or work it out by hand, because this is the perfect ratio, and which means that it's going to work out very, very nicely for us. Square root of 25, which is 5. So x is 5. And so this is actually our perfect ratio here, where you have 5, 4, 3. 5, 4, 3 is our perfect triangle ratio. Okay, so now I'm going to let you guys try a different one. In this case, we're not missing c. So try out this question here. This is c. We're actually missing a different value. So pause it, try it, and then press play. All right, at this point you've probably pressed play again, and so what you're looking for here is this is the overall general equation or whatever. Let's plug in our numbers and our x and see how we need to simplify. So 73 squared, I'm going to need a calculator on this one, equals 44 squared. Again, a and b order doesn't matter. Only c matters, which order. Just grabbing my calculator, because I will need it. Okay, so now we need to get x by itself. So what we're going to do is subtract away the 44. So right now we're adding 44. So if we subtract 44, let's use a different color for that maybe. Subtract 44 squared, and subtract it over here, subtract 44 squared. Now what we have is, on the one hand, or the one side, the left side, we have 73 squared minus 44 squared equals, this one and this one cancel, adding and subtracting the same number, so now just equals x squared. Okay, next we can recognize that we need to get rid of the squared on the x, so we're going to square root both sides. Cross that out, and so now we're left with x equals the square root of 73 squared minus 44 squared. Depending on your calculator, you can just plug it in right now and get to your answer. I would do that on my calculator if I had the choice, or if it was just like me on my own. But as it is, I'm going to simplify it one time first. Just so that you guys can check to see where you guys made a mistake, if indeed you did make a mistake. And now our final answer is 58.249, etc. So I'm just going to go 25. And that is Pythagorean theorem. I hope that this video helps you understand Pythagoras' theorem a little bit better, and good luck!